Welcome to the Intuitive Mind with Veronica Moya. Today I am so happy I have my friend Lesli Margharita joining us. I am very excited. I met Lesli ice skating in Central Park, and she is a superstar. She's a Broadway actress and the winner of the Olivier Award. I am very happy to be talking to her today. Welcome, Lesli. I am so happy to have you here. We can make this like a very short sort of like advice column for young people.
Great. When you meet people, do you just kind of feel things about them?
No. Okay, excellent question. Thank you. So intuition is very soft, and then the intellect and the opinions are like hard. So that always trumps, I think, intuition. And this is why training is so important.
Same. Yeah. Because like you were saying, the opinions and the analytical part, even if I feel something in my gut, if I feel like it's something I need to do or have an idea or something, once other people start saying things, I have a really hard time not listening to them. And I really try to keep them out. But that's why it's really important. But I think it is practice. I think it is training. It really is just because otherwise nothing would ever get done. Nothing would,
Yes.
If I listened to everybody, it would be a disaster.
Right.
But yeah, it's really important.
Yes.
But I have to work on it all the time.
But you do, and you meditate.
I do meditate, and I've tried different types of meditation, and then the one thing I got into a few years ago was the Buddhist chanting. And a friend of mine had told me, he goes, I was having a really hard time concentrating, and he said I should try this. And my first reaction was, I cannot sit there for even 5 minutes saying one mantra over and over. But I tried it, and I really connected with it. I think because it forced me to concentrate on something else, concentrate on the words. So I really...
mantra?
I changed them. Yeah.
Something you understand, or is something like, what is it, the mantra?
I mean, I started with like Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I started with like the regular, and then found different Buddhist chants, but also even it could just be a mantra for me going into an audition or whatever it is I need to just, it could be anything. It could be a word. It could be strength. It could be, shine, or do something that is positive. Yeah. And that seems to work for me, because sometimes with meditation, my mind will wander. So I need something to focus on. I need to either it be a mantra or the guided ones, but my mind wanders even with the guided meditations.
No, mantras are great. What sign are you?
Taurus.
Ah, very good.
But sometimes too solid. Sometimes just stubborn and don't want to move.
You've done fantastic. So if you don't mind, once again, about your early childhood.
No.
Always known that I don't want to say anything. So,
yeah. Talking about being intuitive, I didn't really know what it was when I was a kid. I grew up on a ranch, and I have 3 older sisters. They're much older than me. So I was kind of on my own, just with these horses and cows, and I took dance class. But when I wasn't at school or in dance class, I would be by myself on the ranch, and I would just make up scenes with the animals. And I always knew that I liked to make people laugh. I liked making my family laugh, and I liked the reaction of making people happy. So I always loved that about performing. And we were talking earlier, I saw a production of Annie, and I remember telling my mom, I go, I can do that. And my mom was like, oh, okay. But I auditioned for a production, and I got it And my parents were really supportive of me, they really instilled in me kind of whatever you want to do in life, go for it, but go for it 100%. Work really, really hard and be the best that you can be for whatever you want to do, whether that's being a doctor or a lawyer or an actor. Just make sure that you are operating at your highest level. But they weren't like spiritual people, or I kind of got into all that later, but I always knew 100% what I was going to do in life. And that's a gift in itself. I mean,
Yes.
I still am amazed that at 10 years old, I knew I was going to be doing this. But it wasn't until later I really kind of got into like, I guess it's spiritual, like just knowing that I was protected by a universe, that I had a path, and just kind of like really, I kind of got into that. And
What age do you think that happened?
you know, it's so weird. I felt it as a teenager. And then as I got a little bit older and I started listening to opinions and other things, it kind of went away. And I really struggled a little bit with self-esteem and worried if my career was ever going to happen. And
Right.
and then like around, probably not till like I was around like, early 20s, it really kind of, I don't know if it came back or if I actively like said, okay, I kind of feel like I actually said, I need to change my thought process. And I really noticed a change once. I read a book by Laurence Shin. Have you ever heard of her? She's an author from the 30s. And it was kind of pre The Secret, all of that.
Right. Yes, very
But
good.
the idea was the same. And she wrote a book called Your Word is Your Wand. And that changed in the 30s. Yeah. And it really changed my outlook on things, about what comes out of my mouth, what I choose to, and then it just kind of got more into that, but yeah, it's basically kind of, what The Secret tells you, but for me, it's more of just trusting.
True. Yes. That's fascinating. So when you're telling me your story, it feels like, yes, life just helped you. It shows up for you. Like when you needed something, that book was there.
Yeah. And I feel if you're doing the work, again, what you put out comes back to you. If you're doing the work, the stuff will come to you. If you are resisting, if you are fighting against things, what's happening to you, whether that's good or bad, then nothing gets in.
But you have a lot of discipline too, which I noticed. That's good. And that's also from your parents, it sounds like. They told you.
Yeah, I think that's just also being a performer. You just have to work hard. I don't, I think some things come easy to me, but I love, like, we met in a skating class. I love trying new things, and I love learning something from the ground up. Like, I love that I'm not great at skating, and I loved that over the months that we spent together, I could see, okay, oh my gosh, I could actually, and it was, it's not like, we're not like, we're not doing crazy things, but
You're jumpy.
But we're
Leslie, you're doing those jobs.
But I felt like, and I loved that I was in a group of people where we're all learning together.
Yes.
I was never embarrassed falling in front of you guys. It just felt like we were all
Oh, yes. No,
learning together, and I loved it. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
So how do you meet your husband? So you
At
are
a wedding.
from California, he's from New York. Sorry, what?
Yeah. I'm from California. He's from Pennsylvania, East Coast. We met at a wedding. My childhood best friend was marrying a really good friend of his, and accidentally he got seated at my table and he wasn't supposed to be there. It was an accident. Yeah. But he didn't want to date any actors because we're all crazy. But then, you know, once he got to know me and I wasn't as...
Oh, no, crazy. You are lovely. You are yeah.
Still, I mean, we're still all a little nuts, but...
No, but honestly, I'm just telling you from, as a friend, personally, you feel like a very solid and grounded person.
Oh, thanks.
And I feel like when you do your work, it is your craft. And I saw you on stage and I saw you live, and I know perfection is a word that people don't like, but I see the precision, you know, precision and perfect, like, and that comes from like really severe work as an Olympian or some, you know, like,
yeah.
So that's what I feel when I see you. I don't see the ditzy, flaky, you know, the usual. Was when you say someone that's in the arts, an artist in general, that's most likely the way they're.
Yeah. You are so intuitive, because I always tell people that I am an athlete. Yeah. I'm a stage athlete.
But isn't that interesting? Mm-hmm. It's there. It's in your aura. It's in your energy. This is what it is your essence. And you can tell, I am, you know, I'm not. I have that all over the place. So, right, my husband says, oh, that's an entrepreneur mind. Like, that's how we're saying.
Yeah.
And, well, excuses, please. No, it's not. You either, oh, come on. No.
But I think I think people can learn that. I watch sports. I think you can. But I watch sports documentaries all the time. I read about athletes. I think it's just a focus.
Yes, focus and discipline, Leslie. You have it. No, you're good. Yes. Yes. You should pat yourself in the back.
Okay.
You are a really magical being, and you can do a lot more than you have done so far. So if you allow yourself to truly shine, you're going to see incredible miracles happening in the future, very near future. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, I love that.
Try to focus on your heart and see it. Project your light to the different people that are important to you. And start like practicing, like just see you doing like little magic. Trust that whatever you need help with, it will come through. So, but reviews, that has to be awful.
It's terrible. And I would get really, really affected by them. So I don't read them anymore.
Okay.
And even if people come into the dressing room, did you read? I go, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
They would come and tell you if there's a bad one.
So I tell everybody in a show, please don't tell me good or bad. Or I say, you know, if the show got a good review, you can tell me that.
Right.
But I don't want to know the bad stuff.
Right.
And I definitely don't want to read anything about me. Because even if they're good, then that's in my head. Oh, they think I'm good. You know what I mean? It's so weird. So I'd rather just do my job and...
I've seen you done TV and movies. Do you watch yourself after?
No.
You don't. Yeah, I understand.
I can't. I can't.
I get it. That's odd. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think I have friends that are actors that watch themselves because they say they can learn from it. I just see all the mistakes. Right. Or I don't like my nose or my blah, 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 you know, all those things. So I'll be happy about it in my head, and then.
Sure. Yeah, just saw an old interview with Johnny Depp.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying the same thing. It was with David Letterman. They had like a montage of all the different interviews with him. And he said, no, after I've done the job, I'm done.
Yeah.
My business, like whatever they want to do with it.
Yeah.
And I get it. See, that's why self-love is really self-care, and to remind yourself how special you are, that you're blessed, that you have so much going for you.
Because self-sabotage is the worst.
Yes. And it's easy.
The worst. It's so easy. So easy.
Okay,
it's a good excuse to not do something, you know? It's just...
too. Yeah. Yeah, that is...
self-sabotage. Most important thing I wish I knew when I was younger that I try to know now is the whole trust your path. Everybody has their own path. You're going to compare yourself to somebody else. You're going to want things that other people have. Those aren't your things. Their path is their path. You have your own, and you have to trust it. And once you start trying to get off of your path and say, I don't like my path, that's when problems happen. Stay on it, trust it. It's that I wish I knew that when I was younger.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veronica.
I hope I see you next month.
Soon. Yeah, October.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. All my love.